Hello everybody, my name is Rolak, and welcome back to Pokemon Emerald. In last episode, we defeated the twin gym leaders of Moss Deep City, Tate and Liza, confronted Team Magma at the space station, which they were apparently trying to track down Team Aqua, because Archie's doing bad things. And in today's episode, we are going to be talking to Steven. This is not Steven's house. This is Steven's house, because he had something for us. May, as you can see, there's not much here, but this is my home. Thank you for all that you've done. This is my token of appreciation. It's the Hidden Machine Dive. No need to be shy, you've earned this HM. HM08. While you're using Surf, you should notice dark patches of water. Use Dive if you come to deep water like it. He'll drop to the sea floor. When you want to come back up, use Dive again. Some places it won't be possible for you to surface, though. Apparently, there's an underwater cavern between Moss Deep and Zootopolis. You know, the one that Captain Stern found in his submarine. Interesting. I guess we'll have to take a gander into that. Okay, so this is primarily why I wanted to have two water types on my team, because there are so many fucking water HMs in this game. Alright, we're going to teach this to Typhon. Also, Gulliver is just straight up not available to learn it, so that's also partly the reason. We'll replace Water Pulse. Dive is pretty much just fly, but you dive for the first turn, then you hit on the second turn. It's pretty good. If a Pokemon uses Surf while a Pokemon is diving, it will deal double damage, which against water types isn't really much. Hey May, I was in Pacific Log just now. I saw this huge green Pokemon flying across the sky. Never seen anything that amazing before. I wish you could have seen it, May. Dude, I hate Brendan. Yeah, I think I hate him. He fucking completely doubts our skill, making it for some reason being utterly surprised that we're besting him in every bout that we fight him in. Apparently he's just a sore loser altogether, so I don't know what the fuck his problem is. So dive! We're able to go underwater. No, let's not do that. And we're also able to encounter some new Pokemon. So, if I can find it... Yes. We can encounter some new Pokemon underwater. For the current route we are in right now, we only have... What is it? Oh, why did that go down? Get back up here. Sorry, clicking. Get out of here. So many windows. Okay, so, underwater right now, in Route 124, you can find the Pokemon Relicanth. Relicanth is a water rock type. Not too bad. It's decently strong with some good attack. Not so great special attack for its water typing, but it's the rock type where it kind of shines. Really high defense. It is not a bad Pokemon. It does have the ability to Swift Swim, which makes it a little bit better in rain weather. But it's also just not a bad Pokemon whatsoever. It is incredibly rare to find, however, being a 4% chance to find underwater, so have fun with that. But yeah, no, Relicanth is a solid, good Pokemon. Highly recommended if you want just a nice, sturdy rock type. You're really just using it for the rock type, and I guess you can use it for dive and surf and some other things. But that's primarily the use of Relicanth. Relicanth is, in this generation, at least an okay Pokemon. Later down the road, it gets a lot better because of the physical special split, so... For now, you just have to be content with a 45 base special attack water type user. But again, you're mostly going to be using Relicanth for the rock type. So, yeah, pretty solid in that regard. And if it learns Head Smash, you can also have it... Hopefully it has Rock Head so it doesn't take any recall damage. Okay, so there are some spots that have little next to nothing, such as this. Not even a fucking... Okay. I think there are some routes that get unlocked for us later down the road. Let me just look up exactly. I have the surface map. I don't have the underwater map. Oh, there's a lot of spots that are just, like, nothing. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Where are we? We are here. Wherever here is. Right next to this. Yeah, let's just do some diving here and there. See what we can find. That's an item. That's a big pearl. Okay. A lot of dive spots. A lot of dive spots. Good lord. There's one down over here. It's a heart scale. Not bad. Did we go through this one? I think we might have, because this took us down to around... Yeah, okay. You're going to be hearing a lot of Sharpedos cry. We've gone down... Oh, we have not fought you yet. Okay. Well. Okay. You? We haven't dived down you yet. There's an item right there. Heart scale. And there's some more spot down here. This is kind of a round area. Kind of wish you can go faster underwater, but unfortunately we don't really have that luxury. So I'll just speed up just a little bit. Another item here. Calcium. Hey, that's pretty good. Do we need the surface here? I don't think there's anything too useful here, but let's still check it out. This is where I think it is. Yeah. Yeah, nothing here. Dead end. Maybe something later pops up. Not too sure. No, I don't think so. Does not look like it. Okay. So this should pop us up over here. Rolling around getting this item, which is another shard. Kind of seeing the thematic going on here. Just a lot of shards. Okay. Okay, so that's that spot there. Nothing here. Yes, I'm speeding up. This takes forever. There's an item here. Another pearl. We got some nice treasures. So we don't have any concern about money, really. There's another dive spot right up here. No, let's not do that. And up and around. And this is probably another shard. Yep. I mean, cool that we can have access to different stones. But again, a majority of the Pokemon in this generation don't evolve via stones. Thunderstones are relatively useless. How many Pokemon evolve via Thunder? It's not just one, is it? Oh my god, I think it is. It's just Pikachu and the Raichu, isn't it? I think it is. Oh god, what were they thinking? Okay. What is here? Is there anything of use here? Possibly. There might be an item down here. Yes, there is a green shard. Of course. Oh, there's another... Did I go through that spot? I must have. There's nothing else here, so that's that. Did I completely miss that little spot there? Okay, let's try... here, I think. Did I completely skip over this part? I guess I did. Missed out on the Carbos almost. Okay. We have the quality of life upgrade to have sprinting on the water, but we couldn't do that for underwater. Okay. That's not where I want to go. Speed. Do we really need speed? Let's Gulliver a bit faster. Special attack. Also buff Gulliver up a little bit. He needs some assistance. Okay. Where to next? Let's see. So we're done with Moss Deep. Ugh, this is such a big fucking route. God, I hate this area. I know IGN is kind of just fucking idiots with the reviews and stuff, but they weren't wrong in that there's just too much water in this game. It is so easy to get lost in this area. Like, it is quite ridiculous. Also, for some reason, my maps aren't lining up quite so well. Okay, where the hell are we? What route are we on now? I've completely lost track on where we are. Route 127. Okay. Right next to Route 126. Okay. I don't think there's any really too much for us on Route 126. So we don't have to worry about it too much. All right, Route 127. Is there anything here? No. Kind of wish the map would show... No, god damn it. Well, I'll have to change that soon. Zinc! I believe that's special defense. Where is... Do we already have a zinc? Oh, we have 2 zincs. Huh, I didn't know that. Gulliver. Yeah, why not? Buff up our guy a little bit more. Do we have something new in Route 127? Am I misremembering? Tentacle, Wingull, Tentacruel, Pelipper, Whalmer. Not really. Where do we get the next Pokemon? Where is that Pokemon? Is it really only encountered via fishing? Where is it? Am I dumb? Where are you? Am I dumb? Where are you? Route 128. Okay. And yeah, Route 128 and a later town. Okay. Okay. There are some trainers here and there, so we are going to be battling some, unfortunately, such as these 2 over here. Okay. But seeing as how we've already wasted 12 minutes just exploring this area, I'm going to cut out some battles because, yeah. This is mainly going to be an exploration episode. I'm sorry. So, yeah. Okay. Rare candy. Hey, we're getting a lot of these. I guess we don't have to be worried about levels anytime soon. Okay. Yeah, really big route. So, over this way, it's Route 126. You don't got to worry about this area just yet. We will probably fight some trainers. More underwater. A lot of big crevices, mostly. Star pieces here. I don't think there's anything really else interesting down here. No. It is technically just a way to kind of get around without fighting any trainers, but God, this place is so fucking big! That's the one downside of this area. It's not the fact that there's so much water, it's just that you can't tell where the fuck you are half the time. Oh my god. Okay. Where the hell are we going? First off, we need to put on more repel. We will go underwater here. Okay, what do we got here? If we keep going down, we'll end up in the next route. Yeah, we're in a completely different route, so I'm not going to go all the way down. So we're going to go... I don't think there's anything else under here, actually. I don't think so. I think this is just kind of like just a big... Yeah. It's pretty one-to-one with the upper map, though, so that's good. So we're going to go up here. Again, nothing of real, like, any actual concern. So we're going to go underwater here. Because there's a rock right here that has an item. That is the only use of going underwater here. So there's that. Okay, I'll fight a trainer. Why not? What I really should have done is gone hand-to-hand with mapping this place out via just marking where, like, trainers and all the others are. Because that would have been a lot more helpful, because for some reason this map doesn't have fucking anything at all! Like, yes, it does have the general layout of the route. I would love it if it had trainers and items displayed on it as well. But considering it's just, like, the default everything, it's probably just taken directly from the game files. There's this little area right here. Little dive spot. No, not this one. I'll go here. We'll say, underwater music is very nice. This, Carbos, that'll increase speed. So we'll go ahead and use that. Gulliver, that is what that is, right? Yeah, speed stat. There we go. Make him a little bit faster, just so we can keep up with some of the other Pokemon. Okay. Back under around we go. God, I'm so glad dive was really only 2 generations, and in the other generation it was hardly even wasn't even required for progression. It was just a little bonus thing post game. Okay. Yeah, it was just this generation and Generation 5 where it actually had some more use, but thankfully wasn't a requirement to beat the game. I'm sorry if I'm sounding a little passive-aggressive, but I am. I am sounding a little very passive-aggressive because I don't like doing diving stuff. It is very slow and tedious. That guy did the classic bait and switch. He had 5 Pokemon, but one of them was a Magikarp and the other were Gyarados. But yeah, I don't mind. I don't mind doing this. The only slight downside is that, for one, again, I keep reiterating this, these routes are fucking gigantic. They are enormous. And they stretch out so far across, like... How many routes are in water? Let's start off with these ones over here real quick. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 17 out of 34 routes. That is more than half. 17 out of the 34 new routes added into this game. Oh my god. It's just, you get to a point where it's just not fun. Like, Johto and Kanto never had this much water. I'm not saying it's like a bad thing, it's just very, 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 very tedious. Okay, I think Route 128... Okay, finally, you can find a new Pokemon here. Using the Good Rod and the Super Rod, you'll have a higher chance of finding it with the Super Rod. You can find... Love Disc! Love Disc, sucks. Okay, well... I say that, but in this... Oh god, well, there goes Typhon. In this ROM hack, they did make Love Disc a little bit better. Not terrifically better, it still kind of sucks, but it's not absolutely terrible. Being a pure water type that doesn't evolve has very mediocre stats. I don't even think did they buff it all that much considerably? I really cannot remember if they did much to actually... buff Love Disc. What's its actual base stats? Oof, yeah. Well, they definitely gave it better offensive capabilities because its original special stat was 40. So definitely gave it a little bit of a buff there. Was it enough to make Love Disc good enough? Debatable. It's at this point where you really want to decide whether or not is a Love Disc worth being put on my team. And the answer is probably not, because there are just so many better options for water types in this game. And at this point, if you haven't gotten a good water type yet, what are you doing? You start one of the... Oh my god, why was it a crit? For this generation, you start out with one of the best water type starters in, like, history. You have some really solid water types going throughout the game. Ludicolo, Sharpedo, Crawdont. There's so many good water type Pokemon that you can find in this game. And if you're at the point where you're considering adding a Love Disc to your team, you might want to get your head checked, because it can't be that desperate. Okay, Typhon is down, so unfortunately I have to fly all the way back. You know what, I'm going to buy some medicine so I can actually heal on the way out. Okay, so I bought some Hyper Potions, so we should be good to go. Probably should have bought some more Repels. But yeah, no, Love Disc, Love Disc has never been a good Pokemon. It is astonishing how bad Love Disc is. but there is some use to it. Love Disc is one of the few Pokemon that has a very high chance of holding the heart scale. And if you want to grind those out for one reason or another, it is best to farm it this way. You might be wondering, oh, what's the best way to do that, Rolak? Well, I'm glad you asked, because that's actually why I taught Thief to Typhon here. Using Pokemon that has Thief while it's not holding an item, and fishing for Love Disc, I think there's a higher chance in some certain areas. I can't remember. But doing it that way will actually provide you to have some really good possibility to find more heart scales. So basically, fish, Thief, steal the heart scale, rinse and repeat, take the item off, rinse and repeat, I should add, and just, you know, go about your ways. Okay, where do we go? Where do we go? Where do we go? Underwater here. I'm also debating whether or not we continue with the plot or we just explore more of Hoenn. Because we could just, like, we could just dive here and continue on with the story. Or we can just go along, fight a shit ton of trainers, explore more of the underwater, discover the last towns, the last town being Pacific Log, which is all the way over here. So we have to go quite a ways away. We're going through basically 3 routes. Fight a bunch of trainers along the way, amongst other things. So I'm really debating whether or not we should just go all the way. I think we should. Oh, man. Then you. Here? Ah, there we go. Heart scale. I mean, it's just so much to explore. We're at the point where I'm kind of just debating whether or not we can actually just keep going. Please, sir, I would like to challenge you. Nothing here. There's another fisher. Can I just talk to you here? Why do I gotta be on surface to fight you, buddy? Okay. Because I'm running out of things to talk about. I don't know how long each of these routes is going to be. If we keep going right, we'll end up to a location that we don't need to be in just yet. So I think we'll just hold off on that for now. And as for the time being, well, we'll fight you, I guess. So why not? Okay. I got just so many trainers. And there's an item here, apparently. Heart scale. Okay. Well, we've got we've got a lot of heart scales, so I think we'll be fine on trying to remember some moves. Okay. Heading down. We are now in Route 129. What's next? We have gone on for 26 minutes. We have done literally jack shit. Oh my god. Okay, route. This one is relatively tame. Just a couple trainers, really? So, yeah. Also, these guys are giving, like, no money, I'm starting to realize. Like, that was $320 that guy gave me. We're getting pretty high up in levels, at least, so I guess battling trainers isn't the worst thing to do. I mean, it's relatively bad when they only have one Pokemon, so I guess that's a slight downside, but you can't really complain in that regard. Alright. Oh, this is a double battle. No, I don't want to take it slow and easy. There we go. Alright, and we have made it to Route 130. That was all Route 129 had to offer. It wasn't too big, thankfully. This place... Oh, yeah, this place does have a weird thing going on for it. So, this place is home to an island called Mirage Island. It is only on this route. It is very strange. Let's see if I can try to explain it. Let's see. Finding the island. I'm just going to read this verbatim from Bulbapedia. Every day, a random number between 0 and 65,535 is generated by the game. If this number matches the first 2 bytes of the personality value of any Pokemon or unhatched egg currently in the player's party, then Mirage Island will appear. Consequently, Mirage Island can be made to disappear and reappear during the same day if the player removes and returns the matching Pokemon in the party. Mirage Island will become unavailable at the end of the day, barring the unlikely outcome of 2 matching numbers being generated in a row. Mirage Island only appears or disappears when the player enters Route 130. For instance, if the island is absent but the player catches a wild Pokemon with the correct personality value on Route 130, they will need to leave and re-enter the route for the island to appear. Conversely, if the player is currently on Mirage Island, it will remain there indefinitely as long as the player does not leave this route, even if the player saves and reloads the game. Mirage Island's appearance is even rarer than encountering a shiny Pokemon, although the probability increases with the number of Pokemon the player has. I'm going to do another trainer so I don't have to focus on anything else. The odds of a single Pokemon activating Mirage Island is 1 in 65,536. This chance is increased to approximately 1 in 10,923 if the player has a full party. That is lower. I don't know why I raised my voice again. Assuming no 2 Pokemon in the player's party have the same first 2 bytes in the personality values. An old man in the southeastern hut in Pacific Lock Town will tell the player whether or not he can see Mirage Island, allowing the player to check if they have a matching Pokemon without having to leave the town. Since Mirage's Island, I have not checked what Pokemon is sending out. Since Mirage's Island number does not change throughout a given day, it is possible for the player to freely move Pokemon between the boxes and the party while attempting to check if any Pokemon matches Mirage Island's number. Now for the technical details. 2 random bytes, Mirage Island value, are generated for the day once after pressing continue game, and will be used until the in-game clock passes the midnight of the next day to generate new value. The Mirage Island value is generated by pseudo-random number generation and relies on the elapsed RTC days since the player set the in-game clock at home to determine the initial RTC, day, hour, minutes, seconds, and starts to calculate elapsed RTC. The elapsed RTC days have a 1-to-1 correspondence with the Mirage Island value, which can be stored as a list. For example, if the number of RTC days is 0, 1, or 7,410, Mirage Island value will be 0 by 0000. Meanwhile, a game that has reached the maximum recordable playtime, 999 hours and 59 minutes, will continue generating the Mirage Island value because the elapsed RTC days are still continue accumulating until reaching its upper limit of 6, the number we have before. Only if the cartridge hardware battery has run dry, causing a real-time clock to stop functioning, or an RTC glitch has occurred, such as the berry glitch or new battery glitch, will the Mirage Island value stop generating. At that time, the Mirage Island value will stay at the last generated value. Theoretically, elapsed RTC days range from 0 to 65,535, but due to the hardware RTC range, 2000 January 1st, 2000 to December 31st, 2099, the actual maximum range of elapsed RTC days is 36,524, which means the maximum number of possible Mirage Island value is 36,525. Removing duplicate values, the final number is 27,925. If the player were to catch a wild Pokemon, the odds of this Pokemon's personality value causing Mirage Island to appear would be, oh my god, 27,925 by 65,536, approximately 42.6%. However, the initial... Ooh, Dragon Claw. You know what? Let's get rid of Quick Attack. However, the initial RTC set by that player in the berry glitch in Ruby and Sapphire can affect the number of Mirage Island values, so that the total number can be lowered than 27,925. So to recap, it's completely random. Hopefully somebody has some modicum of an idea. Oh my god, I'm so fucking tired of fucking trainers, I swear to god, dude. I thought we would reach the next town by now, but apparently not. Holy shit! I'm so sick of fighting. I don't want to fight anymore. Just fight. Oh, I'm so sick of these fucking water routes, dude. I think Gex is poison, but we're not going to worry about that because I think he'll be fine just using Giga Drain. Although we should probably stop using Gex because he is like 2 levels ahead of everybody else. Anything else? Another trainer there. Okay. Oh my god. I'm so tired of this. Ugh. Are we there? Finally! Oh my god, finally! Why can I not run on these logs? We've made it to Pacific Log Town. Good lord. Okay. We're going to call the episode here. I don't know how long time has actually gone by, but I would assume relatively. Okay, so I have no idea what the fuck we're doing this episode. It was kind of just a big exploration thing. Next time on Pokemon Emerald, we are... I don't fucking know, dude. Probably exploring more water routes. There's not much left. I'm pretty sure there's just the one big route. Nope. Nope, that is... Ugh. I'm really not looking forward to this one. Because this one is the rapid route. There's 3 routes making up this entire section of water. Why? It's so annoying. Oh my god. Okay. Next time, I don't know what we're going to be doing next time. I'll figure it out. I just need a break from all this water nonsense. See you guys next time.